Hello everybody, I'm back with another video for you today, and we're going to do an old style type of video here where I just, sit down and record a whole video, a deck for just the YouTube channel. Normally I'm just taking highlights from the stream where I'm playing a deck and, trying to talk through thought process and stuff, but here I'll just dedicate this to the YouTube since I'm not streaming right now. So, a little blast from the past, as it were. But yeah, I have a scoia'tel deck to show you today. This is kind of the next evolution of movement. By the time this gets posted, this video, this deck might even be a little bit outdated, a little bit old, but still wanted to get you guys some gameplay, and I'm sure this deck will still hold up pretty damn well, when this video actually does come out. Either way, it's Precision Strike, and Green Knight gets credit for this one, I believe, or at least, some of the guys in TLG, him, Wusabi, kind of coming up with these more optimized movement lists, should we say. This one has a lot of removal options with Precision Strike as the leader, so that gives you 5 damage, which you can even split up to kill stuff efficiently. You've got Oak in there as well, which can remove things. You've got Forest Protector and Rebukes to just knock off opponents' movement engines. In particular, that can really help in mirror matches, or if you're playing against V or something, and maybe you want to take down their Slizzards, Babagazis, what have you. Yeah, you've got all the typical, movement shenanigans with Gezraz, Gaetan, Sentries, Matrons, Cat Witchers, etc. You've also got Pyrotechnicians and a Tempering to play them early in a round and just knock out any engines that the opponent wants to start with, which can be really, really nice to deal with, Cat Witchers, and it's just basically really good against scoia'tel things in particular, and can make sequencing a bit awkward for the opponent potentially. So yeah, just a really nice, powerful, control-ish movement deck. It's just kind of those decks that have all of the options. They've got that long round value, they've got the short round value even, with stuff like Forest Protector and whatnot. And yeah, just very good all around with control tools to shut things down as well. So let's jump into a few games and see how it plays. Okay, we're going to be up against a bit of Nilfgaard. Double cross, so you're assuming Assimilate. Should be an okay one for us, I think. Should be a pretty okay matchup. We're going to be able to remove a lot of his, a lot of the typical engines associated with Assimilate. Get rid of the bricks, obviously. It's been so long since I've actually talked through, an entire video's worth of stuff, so hopefully it's a nice little change. Don't get used to it, don't get too used to it anyway. But yeah, Collar's going to be a bit of a pain. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it. If you couldn't tell, I've been really enjoying it, the expansion. I'm even a little bit sad that I have to, in some way, go home, to England and not actually play anymore. Or not play as much. I'll probably play on my phone a little bit while I'm there, but, can't just sit down and stream for hours on end and have a lot of fun with the game. I'm also really excited for next month. I'll probably try, to push on the ladder and play a little bit more competitively than I have been the past few months, since there'll be a new World Masters season happening. Let's just get rid of this. I was playing the Pyro there to maybe bait the collar, because it's got armor, so it's not too bad, and if he doesn't do that, maybe he plays another engine. Yeah, basically forces the collar onto it, allows our Cat Witcher, potentially a bit later, to come in and clean up. He's actually going to go coup on this, okay. That's a pretty interesting one. So we'll probably play another Pyro. We could play Pyro, or we could play even a Justice, if we prefer that. But I think Pyro's okay, just to, again, just get the 6 or 4 value on this guy, and it's not really going to remove anything, necessarily. And yeah, we can kind of just save some of our engines here, potentially. Those movement guys are obviously very good in long rounds, so if you can actually hold on to them, it's not a bad thing. Got an Angular in here. I do believe that's dead. Good for us. So here it might just be a Tempering, but yeah, we're looking at this Pyro, and it's just a bit weird to play engines into that. We could go with a Justice. We're actually now in range to kind of mess him up a little bit, so I think I'll go Justice, because we can win on even, maybe. We can hold on to this Pyro charge. We can probably throw Tempering onto him in a minute. We'll just go for a bit of a tempo abuse thing, and now we can probably develop an engine, because the Pyro is a lot less likely to kill anything that we play. Also missing out a little bit on on value. That's a really nice amount of value he gets there from the shield, but okay. Yeah, probably just go with Matron or Cat Witcher, but I think Matron is a little bit better right now. You see? Go Cat Witcher after, or even Sentry. Cat Witcher is obviously great when you can then get the adrenaline for pumping that damage out every turn. We're nearly there, so. But yeah, interesting to be looking at what he's playing. It could be Assimilate. I guess Angoulême is usually Assimilate, right? He's got dogs, which is a bit of a different vibe to what I'm used to, but you know, got lots of different flavours of Assimilate. And I mean, I'm not sure we'll be able to win on even just because, I mean, you know, this is quite a powerful deck. He did play a 3-point card, but he's bound to, you know, bound to have something more going on at some point, right? Okay, that's interesting. So if we fire off the Pyro, and assuming it hits a good target, we actually do gain 2 points from that. And then Cat Witcher can then also potentially, it really depends where the pings are going, right? We can potentially get some more value there as well. I kind of like the Sentry play, but I suppose Cat Witcher here is probably just good. It might not be enough to win us the round, but too slow. Oh, we actually, okay, we hit a nice target there. If we hit another nice target, we're still not quite there. I could have used a leader charge, but then if we don't hit, if we don't hit a good thing, which we didn't, it would be quite bad. So this is okay. We'll probably just take the random card down, but we hold on to a lot of our power. It's not too bad. We got rid of a Brathens, which, you know, not the strongest of plays. There's definitely a lot still to come from them. We have a Heat Wave, so we can answer Masquerade Bull, provided we draw that. So, you know, there's certainly an argument to just pass, go to round 3 and see what happens. We need to find some of these golds, that's for certain. So I guess I'll get rid of Sentry. We kind of need this. I mean, we can always play Tempering with Forest Protector, but obviously playing a Rebuke is going to be quite a bit better for the most part. So yeah, we could even mulligan the Rebuke, I suppose. Wait, did I already play one? Yeah, I did. Okay, so never mind that. We can actually get rid of Rebuke. Since we already played one, I think that's okay. And yeah, long round against Assimilate. They can take our engines, which is a bit troubling. And I did already use Justice, which is kind of a big play. So maybe we just open with the Boar, see what they're going to go with. We can potentially answer their stuff with Protector as well. We don't want to shorten the round too much, because obviously it will make our Gezraz quite a bit weaker. But, you know, I'm a bit concerned about him playing our Gezraz with the leader as well anyway. So part of me thinks even just a nice little push here could be worthwhile. I think I'll just play Boar. We could get like Portal. That's already a great trade. And yeah, since we don't have Heat Wave, it might just be even scary to square up into Bull. I do think that typically the double cross stuff falls apart a bit if you can push them, so potentially we just do that. We can do a Melena Boar combo, which is worth a lot of points, provided it, you know, doesn't get answered. And maybe just go all in-ish this round and then try for some kind of middling top deck with Oak or something. We'll see how that goes. Out of the way, Gorthog Vade. Interesting. This guy's definitely got a version of Assimilate that I'm not too used to seeing. It's a bit different. He's going with the Alchemist. Hopefully he doesn't find anything too good from us. Or conversely give us anything too bad. Those mixtures sustain me. Okay, he took our 4, so that's kind of dead for him. Obviously that would have been nice for us to have, but you know, it is what it is. So we've got kind of 2 options here. I think Sentry is always going to be the best play, right? Yeah, Sentry, and then we can Melena, and then, or maybe Cat Witcher, depending on which is feeling better. But yeah, I think at this point we're going to go for a bit of a push. So I'm still not quite sure exactly what this deck is running. I mean, it could be all manner of things. That's quite a cheeky play. We are now quite a bit behind in points, but we've got a Cat Witcher and we've got movement on the board, so I'm not...
Are you fucking kidding me?
We've got Sentry, I should say, on the board, so I'm not super worried. I think we'll be able to get this card back. We might even just play a Gezraz now. Maybe even Leader as well, so that he can't steal it. We'll see. We don't want to overcommit here. That is the dilemma that we're faced with. But I do think just playing a Gezraz on this movement-heavy board is going to be pretty nice. We can then row stack a bit more with Milena, get the Gezraz kind of popping off a bit. Seems like it would be okay.
My duty?
Alternatively, we can even maybe kill the Cat Witcher. Okay, we're getting Leader. So throw all that out the window. Probably aren't competing with this.
To play with my prey, I enjoy that the most.
Okay. And the Gezraz right now isn't enabled, so in theory we could actually push a bit harder here. Well, I kind of want to do it. For example, going with Precision Strike Gezraz now is quite a strong play. I think I'm going to go for it. It looks kind of good to me. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Just get so many damn units on the board. Also the movement's going to be pretty nasty. We'll kill his Gezraz. I think this should just be like 2-0 territory realistically, depending on what he's got. I'm going to put this on the right of the Witcher, of course, so he gets boosted as well. Juicy boosts. Yeah, I think we just have the burst here to actually take him out. Most likely. So we can probably, yeah, okay, he's forfeiting. We got Forest Protector onto Cat Witcher next, and then it's just, could even play the Milena, although it's not huge. Alright, not too bad. Let's jump into another game and see if we can do it again. Okay, a bit of a commando matchup. Always love facing commandos. It produces some kind of different gameplay. It might not even be commandos. This could be some kind of wacky shenaniganery. It does have a, what is this? Enchanted armor. So who knows what this could be? Not usually seeing that. All right, let's get rid of volunteers. Gold hand. We didn't have too many golds last game. We still managed to kind of crush. I think the leader is just very, very powerful. It's kind of like the Deadeye leader, but you also get 5 damage to use. That's like pretty premium when you really think about it. Powerful leader. Also lets you fill your deck with some other 4 provision cards that you normally wouldn't want to run, which is nice. So we'll see, this could be some kind of Erland shenaniganery, or like Archgriffin, I don't know. It's a bit weird to see enchanted armor. Could also just be playing for the carryover, since typically you get an awful lot of value from the, what's it called? Commandos. So here we don't have too many, you know, plays to go. I think we just go with Cat Witcher, right? We could wait on it. We could go with instead a Treant Boar, for example. Not entirely sure we'll be able to win on even here, so I think I'll just go Cat Witcher. It's probably not going to do a huge amount, like he's going to row stack in back row rate. But eventually he'll probably play blue stripes, and then that's front row locked, so... Or even he'll just play a Griffin Witcher right now.
Knights get princesses and we get what? Bloody Striegers!
Okay, so yeah, just Matron, then we can unlock the Treant Boar, and then I mean, we've just got engines for days, right? It's the typical movement scoia'tel fiesta.
The wonders of
one of
projectiles and ranged weapons.
Maybe both. We managed to deny the inspired effect on the Royal Guard, which is pretty sick. Pretty slick. Kind of would like to play Sentry, but I suppose Boar is just great, isn't it? Because we're going to start being able to kill these guys a lot faster. Seems good. And then we can go with the Sentry. It's not really losing too much value playing it a bit later. I also have a 4 here, which I can use for a Rebuke, actually. Should definitely consider that now that we have Boar on board.
Stand and fight, cowards!
He's got a lot of targets here to pick off. He's going to take the Boar out. Fair enough. That is my sort of targeted removal there. Gone. I suppose we just play a Sentry now, right? I mean, I could play 4. But he's still going to kill my matron regardless. We could even tempering the matron if we want to try to keep it alive that little bit longer, but yeah, it's a little bit awkward. Potentially I should have prioritized removing these guys. Could also even go 4 and double leader charge. That's kind of the more aggressive line of play. I think I'm going to do that. I kind of like it. I'm not entirely sure what this guy's running, so I'm a bit spooked.
They won't let us talk to strangers.
And this should just confirm that our matron lives, which will provide the kind of final engine. Should be sealing the deal for this round, I think. And we still hold our most valuable leader charge, which, yeah, I think it's okay using that. Particularly if we win on even, that's the main thing. If we don't now, it could be a problem, but kind of making the assumption that he's not a commando deck, just because he's playing some weird cards, but he could be commandos, he could very well be commandos, I don't know. Can never know for sure, right? And if he is, that poses an interesting dilemma, I suppose. But yeah, I think we should be in a decent position to win on even. Depends, like, I mean, we've got Justice, so we can kind of match any big play that he has, like Fallible or anything like that. Shouldn't be too bad. Or Commandos. And Commandos also go on front row, which can play into the Gezraz. So getting a big Ansays. Okay, that might be a play that can keep him alive here for sure. That's pretty huge. I guess we will go with Justice. Keep the pressure on, but I mean, I'm glad we got that carryover and that big play out. We've got 2 dual units out, so it's probably a high chance our engines will live in the future. We can also go Gezraz next if we want to really win on even, right? And that might be the play. Because I'm just unsure what he's running, and that's usually not... usually don't want to be leaving it up to fate, as it were. Ooh, buff sentry, I guess. I think at this point, yeah, he's kind of running out of steam a bit. And if he does go with something bigger, we can drop the Gezraz. If not, we can just kind of, you know, just take it slow and steady, play weaker cards for his weaker cards. It's fine. We should be looking pretty nice here. Just the power of Precision Strike as well, like that little 2 removal, kind of doesn't cost us too much to use that. He has actually commandos, okay.
Death to the enemy!
So now we know. So in some way we would like to hold on to the Gezraz, because it's going to be really good later when he row stacks, presumably. But, you know, at the same time, let's just secure this win on even. Not mess around too much. Win on even should be just auto-winning the game against this. Particularly since he hasn't got any commandos really in the deck. He should be pretty weak to a push here. You know, if he has to Pavetta these guys back as well, we can maybe just take a pass, an opportune pass at some point. Used quite a lot that round, without a doubt, but not a huge issue, I think. This is a fine hand. We could get rid of Rebuke, but I don't want to brick my leader. Might make things awkward, and we already played a Rebuke, so it's potentially fine, right? Then again, I mean, there's some nice proactive plays we could find, so I think, okay. We will not get the good stuff. We could also just pass. I do think we're favoured in a long round as well, despite not having a Gezraz. So, kind of whatever. We don't have too much proactivity here, so it might just be sensible to get out. I guess we could play a sentry with Call of the Forest. It's probably going to be our best thing to pull anyway, so I guess we'll do that. Proactive enough. Obviously we're not getting the Gaetan value. Maybe it's not completely ideal. We might be finding a way to kind of lose this in theory, although I don't want to say that for sure, because it does look pretty good for us. Let's go ahead and Catwitch another them. And this provides a leader target, although we're probably not leadering with Sentinel in hand. Doesn't seem like a great deal. Yeah, this push might be just a bit silly because we're taking away from oak value, but then again, I think his deck's in really poor shape right now. He's used a lot of the good cards and hasn't really commandoed up. You want to bleed out a Draug, possibly, right? Got an All God, okay.
Revolutionaries plowing reformers.
So I wonder, do we just go with an Oak now? Do we just take a pass? I want to push a little bit more. I honestly think just taking an Oak here is not the worst idea. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do it. It feels a bit weird, truth be told, but I think I've got more than enough power in a short round with Forest Protector and Leader against this. Should be pretty fine. We can even play Forest Protector and then just top deck with basically Leader and whatever nonsense we draw, and it should also be winning, provided we don't, I don't know, somehow play into everything here. Got a front row Baron as well, which is I don't think that's very good for him because we're now going to be pinging him a lot with the Cat Witcher. So this is a pretty good pass spot because Cat Witcher is just creating a bunch of free points for us. Like, he's actually probably, like, can he even take it in 2 cards? Really depends what he's got, but he has played All God, so you imagine there's some way to get those points, but maybe not. Seems like a commando deck that has just gone wrong. Something has gone very wrong here for him. It's going to be a win. Yeah, it's just, some of these push situations are a little bit weird, because, you know, I think this deck is good in long rounds. I just, yeah, you can also just win if you push, probably, because it's so strong. Let's play another one. Going to be a bit of lockdown.
Impertinence is the
Pretty annoying to deal with, if I'm going to be honest, guys. Pretty annoying. I guess we just keep Sentinel in hand and try to get rid of them somewhat early on. It's going to be a bit of a painful matchup, but Lockdown is usually that matchup that's just annoying, but doesn't actually threaten you too much. Like, get rid of Temperings is a bit trash. You know, Lockdown is typically like it makes a win con a bit harder to find, but it's usually still there, you know what I mean? You just have to kind of make it to the end, because you have more provisions than them, so you kind of are inherently in a better position, provided your deck isn't super heavily, you know, reliant on this or that. Alright, this is a bit of an annoyance. Our Forv is also, yeah, no, our Forv is doing stuff, that's cool. So I guess we can Cat Witcher, because he's got to play on back row as well.
That's right. I like fighting with style.
Which is a bit awkward for him. We could do double Rebuke, but I don't think that's super worth it. Heatwave is a possibility, but again, yeah, not sure I'm super vibing with that. I think we'll just try to use our engines here. Presumably they're going to get shut down, but it's just the Nilfgaard life, right? That's okay. I'm sure we'll survive. We can actually play the Sentry next. I think it is a less valuable engine than the Cat Witcher. So we can let him sort of tank the any shots with his big shield. He can protect us, as he used to be called. He used to be the Protector. Now he's just watching out as a sentry. Bit of a career change for this guy. We'll have to see it. Okay, we've got brigades.
Discipline. That is what you folk lack.
Oh, we've got some Impera brigades. It's not too worrying. All right, we can keep the happy vibes going. We can play it. Play another Cat Witcher. Didn't kill Sentry. Might not have removal. He might. Might just be saving it for a more valuable target. Just going to try to hold on to Heatwave, I think, because there could be a Masquerade Bull, and if we end up finding ourselves in a long round against that and not being able to deal with, that could be a problem. Okay.
On 2 legs or 4, I never miss, even at full gallop.
Some Armoured Lads. The Armoured Lads make it a bit difficult to win the round, I feel. I might just rebuke the crossbow, if I'm being honest, guys, because then it sets up my my Sentinel. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. It's not worth a huge amount of points, but we have a lot of reach here. With now Forest Protector and Heatwave. So I'm just hoping we can get Sentinels out, because that's a brick that I really don't want to mess around with later. Didn't feel too good. Sentry on melee? Okay, fair enough. I guess we'll play Sentinel out. I need to calculate if it's enough though. Basically not gaining any points or losing any, so we need 21 and 2, and this is 5-point play. If we go for it. So I guess we actually can't really get the points, so we should pass, which is a bit of a pain. It's annoying, right? That is unfortunate. At least we got Raymond. We could play. I mean, it's probably not the end of the world if he passes. We actually have 12. We can nuke this if he passes, which gives us maybe a bit more value. I don't know. It's definitely questionable. Yeah, I guess we got to pass here. I guess we'll just mulligan the Sentinel. Maybe we should be in reasonable shape in this game. We have the Heat Wave for Masquerade Ball if he's got it. And the Rayman I think is the most scary thing because it's kind of hard to answer. I mean, we just rebuked it, which is obviously not super great value. Let's just get rid of these cards. Always going to be a bit awkward against lockdown, but I think we're looking fine at the moment. Looking pretty okay. My headset just turned off for some reason. Don't know why it does that. Actually have no idea. Enforcers. Rebuke. Yup. Not going to commit the Protector yet. We can commit it on the next play if he plays another engine that we want to remove. Playing it there is a bit overcommittal because it can just pass. And now we get the pass. We can play the weakest card, which is probably our sentry. Yeah. Got a pretty strong hand. We don't have any more sentries, which is a bit awkward for Gaetan, but he's still going to find some value, I think. Play him on the front row. Get rid of Tempering, I guess. It's not a very good card at this stage. Yeah, we also need to make sure our 4 isn't bricked. So it might just have to be 4 for Tempering at this point. Because I think I need to mulligan the Sentinel away. Because it's just not very good. And we draw Volunteers. But that's okay. We'll have Dwarves aplenty here. So we can start with like a Pyro. It's going to make... Or even Novigradian Justice into Pyro is probably better. In all honesty. I think we'll play on front row so we can move with Gaetan onto back and then go for the Gezraz. So yeah, let's get this guy out. Some dwarves on the board. Not sure what we'll do with Matron. I guess we can just play it reasonably early here. Maybe next card Matron, next, then the card after that Boar, then another Pyro, something like that. As far as sequencing goes. Getting a lock on that, that's beautiful. Love to see it. Don't have a huge amount of engines, but the engines we do have, you know, the Boar, the Gezraz, they're going to be pretty potent. We might not even take Gezraz, it might be better to go for an Oak. Considering we're up against Nilfgaard and they tend to lock quite effortlessly. Go with Boar now. We might miss some value if it dies, but I'm fine with it. And then Pyro 4 Tempering is plays. Just good value from our cards really, even the bronzes. Pretty reasonable. We're gonna get locked, you know, a lot of our cards here, but we're still trading like pretty fairly or pretty well, you know. It's not too bad for us at all. Gaetan will be worth a lot of points, you know, regardless of any movement synergies. Pyro's going to be making our Tempering a lot better if it survives.
Push on! No mercy!
Okay, we got a Defender. That's a bit of an issue for us. I will say that much. Probably going to have to, just Heat Wave it because we don't really have any other forms of removal. So he's probably going to get the Masquerade Ball through. I could play Malena, but I think it's just not not realistic here, guys. I'm gonna just delete that and then answer a dame with protector, whatever. Or maybe we can try for the tempering shenanigans. But the ball is, you know, it's
Dance till the sun sings
reasonably
its morning song.
scary. So I actually might not use tempering on this. Just because it provides a very big target for poisons. So it doesn't seem to make a huge amount of sense. We can go for the shot here though. Okay, we don't hit it, that's fine. Go for protector, then... I'm not sure what the... This is going to be interesting, because ball is a lot of points, so we might actually have trouble here. It's kind of the first big resistance the opponent's putting out. So if we put 2 more units here, we're going to have quite a lot. I'm a bit worried about getting sort of row stacked by the opponent. That could be a bit of a problem.
Give me my son.
Right now we're not looking too afraid. So it might just be 4 of time. If we do this, we're going to have how many? Quite a lot of units, right? So I think probably the players just 4 of into Gaetan, or even Gaetan now actually. I think Gaetan now is chill. Because then we've got the option for Gezraz.
You really want to know?
And we probably do want to take that option. I think it's a bit more threatening than the Great Oak. We'll see. Depends if he has an engine, really. If he doesn't, then it's, yeah. It is what it is.
Nothing more.
It's a lot of points. The ball is now over. The ball is complete. So maybe we do just take Oak. I suppose Oak is just better. Oh god, he's got so many points potentially here, guys. This is kind of insane. But maybe we have to go for the Gezraz and assume he can't remove it. I think that's the winning play here, right? Just assuming he can't deal with it.
Hush, little monster. Don't growl a word.
If he can, we're probably in trouble, I think. He's used a lot of locks already. There's a chance he has Vincent. Vincent Joachim Koo is a very possible hand. He does have Invo. That sucks for us. That sucks. Looks like it's probably going to be a loss then, guys. So we don't have really any points on the last couple of plays. Been locked down. That is unfortunate. If we'd found an Oak, we probably would be, you know, maybe not okay, but it'd be another big card, right? Yeah, this Gezraz is huge.
We didn't taint the mutation process. We improved it.
Absolutely monstrous, mate.
You won't let us talk to strangers.
We could have just done the same with Oak, so it's not really too impactful. Which one we took there? Just getting a loss. Lockdown, doing lockdown things. Yeah, the defender kind of got us. Didn't have movement for it. It's kind of an awkward one for us there. It's always going to be a bit awkward against lockdown though, because you're not going to thin your deck out as much.
Let us finish this.
He also just had a killer hand for round 3, right? Like,
Few vultures dare
goals.
venture into the von Morlohun's wood.
so that's unfortunate. But we can roll into another game. And a little bit of monsters. Could be V,
Step
probably
carefully.
V.
You're in my forest now.
Might be a tough one, sort of tough. We'll see how it goes. We can get rid of volunteers. We've got a key wave in hand. Basically, we want to make sure our long round is popping off for it. I think I'll mulligan Pyro. It's not a bad opener, but yeah, okay. I guess we can start with Sentry then. Sentry, Matron. Just want to kind of develop all our engines, and hopefully the engines will be enough to, you know, single-handedly shut him down a bit. This is a beautiful Cat Witcher, I think. Part of me even wants to bore, but I think Cat Witcher just looks too good here.
Humans are scum. I prefer elves, dwarves, pixies even.
Not sure we can kill the second one, but that's okay. That's okay. We're never going to be able to kill the second one, but getting a kill with a Cat Witcher just feels really clean, for lack of a better word. He's even letting me do more things here, which is nice. So matron now into treatment.
You must learn to fletch.
I think I'll also buff this because we want to deny dominance in case of riders coming out. We've already got so much engine power, like this is really tough for him to combat.
We dance, for young is the night.
Okay, another sentry? Yep. Oh, boar. Boar is also pretty sick. Because then we can kill a Thrive unit with Milena. I think that's got to be the play. And we can kill this with... Oh yeah, that's so good. Oh yeah, that's so good. Just shut down the Thrive units. Seeing the Babagazi. I mean, part of me would have even liked to try to snipe the Babagazi. But I guess our time for doing that is past at this point. Let's just go with the sentry now. Double sentry. I think this is just a bit too much nonsense for him to deal with. I don't know if you can keep up with the points here. It's a bit of a shame I don't have another matron, because this like shuts down sort of, you know, I'm not going as insane as I would have liked to. It's also a bit of a shame we can't win on even. That would have been good. But it is what it is. I will just play Milena. I think if we just get the Gezraz in round 3, we should be looking pretty set. So just put a lot of emphasis on winning this round. And maybe even getting card advantage here if he fucks up. Because there's a lot of engine value coming in that he's going to have to compete with, right? Gets the dominance. Okay. So I feel like now we just do a little Thrive murdering, for lack of a better word. Yeah, we can even we could make sure we shut that down, but I'm not even sure that's worthwhile, honestly. I think it's just better to, you know, move the ball back. Oh, we have so many points. He has to pass now, right? And then we're getting a 10 card round, and if he doesn't pass, we just pass. And we're going to win for sure. Or, you know, get a ton of card advantage. And now I'm thinking our long round should be better than his, particularly with a heat wave available. Gezraz, Heatwave, Oak. Pretty strong long round potential. We used a lot of engines there, but we can still find a couple. Possibly. So I think we've just kind of played to our win con there, which is all guns blazing round 1. Just don't lose round 1. Go straight to round 3. Monsters cannot deal with the engines. It's going to have a ton of points, but so are we. So are we. Maybe not as many as even this first round combo, but on the bright side, all of these were like bronzes pretty much, right? Bronzes and a couple of 7Ps. So we can still pick up some nice cards. Without sentries, it's going to be a little bit, you know, a little bit underwhelming, should we say, but okay, the hand is pretty reasonable, but we can do slightly better, so I'll get rid of volunteers. Okay, didn't really improve, that's fine. In fact, that was a bit risky because I could have bricked 4th. Yeah, maybe shouldn't have done that. In reality, it is what it is. Lava we can deal with, so we want to go front for our Gaetan. Contempering, we can just clean up lava, which is pretty nice value for us. And we potentially want to save removal for the engines that eat stuff. I don't know. Don't know how that'll play out. I don't think we can possibly remove everything that can eat to be. So we probably would rather focus down any Thrive units. That's probably better for us than killing a Slizzard or whatever. Of course, we'll fire off the pyro and see what he does. See what he gets done. Kills a lava, that's good. But yeah, I think now we just precision strike this down. Alternatively, we've got Forest Protector, but I think precision strike is looking tasty. Then again, I mean, maybe there's Neckers and stuff coming, so possibly we should just Forest Protector this one. Yeah, I guess that's a bit better. Keep the leader alive just in case it's useful, right? Pulls our
Judge me? How dare you?
And it pulls a lava for him. What on earth? Okay, well it's good that we kept the leader. Wait, did it pull a lava for him? What the fuck? I don't know what this guy's doing. Did I just miss something? Am I going insane? What just happened? Oh wait, why am I playing front? We shouldn't play front now because... yeah, that's just silly. Playing on front row is just a bit silly, guys, but what can I say? I guess we can go back with this one. We want to just go back for the Gezraz now. It doesn't really matter though, we'll be able to row stack it pretty heavily. We can also go with the Cat Witcher now that we've got the Gaetan already out. We've dealt with the thriving unit, so there's not really much engine value going on here.
This will shoot true.
The Beast. The Beast is pretty strong, I'll give you that. I'll give you that, mate. Cat Witch is also pretty strong.
Yeah, I
These
work
engines
for
going.
humans. Better than working for humans.
And I guess Volunteers is probably better than than the alternative, right? Wonder if we can kill the Beast. Probably not happening. Haunt. Haunt, we honestly might just heatwave that. It's probably not worth it. Yeah, probably not. Heatwave we just save for the end, right, and kill the biggest thing. Is eating the Banshee worth it? Well, probably not either. Actually, killing the Banshee is probably good. It's probably a good play. So yes, I'm doing it. Because it's effectively an engine, right? That would be worth quite a few more points. Can deny that. And we can go for the good old Gezraz next. Hope I've sequenced correctly here, but I think it's okay. I think we don't miss too many Gezraz points. We're dealing with pretty big Vs, but you know, he didn't make these bigger earlier on in the game, so it's not the scariest thing ever. Obviously it kind of isn't super great for us, but you know.
No point in showing mercy.
A couple of buffs with Gezraz is going to be, I think, just what the doctor ordered. I wonder why my thing turns off like that. Maybe it's because it's done charging. Weird. We should get a pretty monstrous heat wave. I don't know, he has a lot of points. I'm kind of a little bit scared right now. I will admit I'm a little bit troubled. So how many units are we gonna have here?
Next time it'll be personal.
Is this too many? Nah, it's fine, right? Is it fine? I think it's okay, but I'm actually not entirely sure, because this Cat Witch is doing some weird shenanigans. I think we're okay, right? Cat Witch will jump. I mean, at worst, we actually just buff the front row with Gezraz. That's not even that bad for us. I mean, I guess it is quite a bit worse, but I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be happening anyway. Last two plays are very big. Got a nice heat wave.
Sometimes
You can row stack me out there. A little bit. I guess we can always play oak front row, so it's not too much of a worry. And how does this work? Is it actually better to do oak here? Or what? I'm a little bit monka confused. Pretty sure the Gazraz is gonna come here anyway, right? Because it's gonna be like, oh wait, no, he's gonna try to move first. So by that logic, we should actually probably heat wave first here. Right, so we should heat wave. Yeah, and then we should oak last card, I think. I think that makes sense, right? It doesn't really matter, we're winning by 1 billion points. The Gazraz is really, really something in these longer rounds. Get a full row, he's really, really incredible. So I think this matchup should be good for you, just gotta try to get a hand that can push round 1 and win it, and then it should be pretty easy to clap. Long round V, provided you draw everything. We actually got all the way down to 1 card as well, that's kind of crazy. Crazy amount of thinning. And access to all that good stuff. Yeah, that's a big win. Not too shabby. Deck has points, movement is strong. Who knew? Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the game. Subscribe, of course, as always, if you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.